Good morning, everyone. It is August 16th, Monday, 9:02 a.m. I want to thank everyone for being on the call again this morning. As you know, we are getting closer and closer to open enrollment, but we've got a lot to cover even for ACA this morning. But just as a reminder, our mission is to help improve the lives of our community with affordable health care. So that's why we're here this morning. That's why we get up every day. And that's why we go out and hopefully change the world by helping everyone get a little bit healthier. So a couple things. First is first, training is rolling out. This week is a very busy week for training. So we're going to go through that. The first thing is this morning at Monday at 11 a.m. Devoted is doing their coffee and chat sessions. So you can jump on that. That's geared for the Orlando market, but of course anyone can jump in if you're doing Devoted. At 3 o'clock today, Freedom is doing their Peek in the Box for the Orlando market. That's at 3 p.m. I will be in attendance on that one. That's at the Crown Plaza downtown. It's a physical get-together rollout. So if you're interested in attending that and seeing what they've got, you all should have gotten an invite in the mail. If you do need to RSVP, there may still be some spots there. You're just going to call agent support at Freedom, and you can find that number on their website as well if you don't have it. Moving on to tomorrow, the 17th, at 11 a.m., Bright Health is doing their rollout session in the Villages. That's at the Hotel and Spa. This one's going to be pretty interesting. They're going to be giving away, they're doing raffles and all sorts of stuff, TVs and crazy stuff. So, you know, if you make the trip up there into the Villages, it might be worth your while. That's at 11 o'clock tomorrow. Also at 11 tomorrow, Devoted's doing an open training session. You're going to jump on that. That's a virtual training session. Go ahead, and you've got the link there tomorrow at 11. And then another session tomorrow at 3 o'clock, Peek in the Box with Freedom Healthcare. Again, this is their rollout. They're going to show you all the good stuff that they've got going on for their products for 2022. There's the number 877-877-0539 to reserve your spot if you haven't already. I would anticipate that it's going to get filled up pretty quickly here. Okay, so those are the two sessions for the Orlando market. Moving into Wednesday the 18th, this is a busy day. The first thing on the agenda is the Business Academy that's being held by both Optum and WellMed. And I went to this years ago. Nick was kind enough to train me and get us hooked up into how the back operations work with Optum and WellMed, and very, very, very informative training. They are doing two sessions. The first one is on Wednesday the 18th from 9:30 to 3:30. This is a long training class. It's in Tampa, and this is a really, really good training. This is a training that would be for a level 2 or level 3 agent when you're really ready to deep dive into providers and understand how the providers and doctors work, how they make money, how they lose money, and how their inner workings work with Medicare Advantage. So really great training. If you haven't done so, the info is on the training calendar. Make sure you RSVP for that one because that's going to be a good one. Also on the 18th at 11, Freedom's doing their Peek in the Box training for the Tampa market. That's at 11 o'clock. They're also doing another session at 4 o'clock the same day in Tampa, so you can catch either the 11 or 4 o'clock there. Humana is doing their new agent webinar. So if you're brand new to Humana or you need a refresher, Wednesday at 12 o'clock you can jump on that training and they'll be glad to get you hooked up so you're understanding what's going on with Humana. 1 o'clock on Wednesday in Orlando, the first look rollout is happening at Topgolf for Bright Health. So all of you that are Bright agents, come on out. 1 o'clock, they're doing a Topgolf get-together, and that's their first look, so they're going to be able to roll out those benefits for you in the Orlando market. Moving on to 3 o'clock on Wednesday the 18th, you've got the another Freedom Peek in the Box, the rollout session at the Crown Plaza in Orlando at 3 o'clock. And then again, I mentioned this earlier. I'm sorry, this is Freedom Optimum's in Tampa at 4 o'clock on Wednesday. Thursday, the 19th, 9:30 to 3:30, again, the Orlando Business Academy for both Optum and WellMed is hosting their deep dive training sessions for the provider groups. That's for the Orlando market. That one's from 11:30 to 3:30, so same thing applies. Just jump in there if you're ready to take the next step with providers. HPM shop training, Thursday at 10 a.m. If there's any training you go to this week, this is the one. If you have not yet been trained on the HPM shop, it's our brand new quote and enroll tool. You've got side by side, you've got all the Medicare Advantage carriers in one place. You can now enroll everybody in one spot. You can text message the scope, you can text message the quote, you can text message the app, or you can email it all. Fantastic system. Please make sure that you know how to use this. You've got less than 2 months to learn how to use this before we go live in AEP, so you got to be a master at this. Coming up for the next season, this is going to help you make a lot more money for several different reasons. Number one, no more driving. You get to sit at home and do your enrollments over the phone, okay? That's a really big part of that. Number two, you're going to be able to reach new areas that you've never been able to reach before. So you're no longer just in your fishbowl. You can do enrollments from Miami to the Panhandle, from Georgia to Alaska, depending on where you want to do business. So it's there. Please make sure that you're in attendance to that. It's a virtual session, or you can come into the office at HPM on Colonial Drive. Moving on to Thursday at noon, Bright Health is doing a rollout session for the Daytona market, and that's at noon at the Hard Rock on Daytona Beach. Again, they're going to roll out their 2022 benefits and show you a good time at the Hard Rock. Last training of the week, Thursday at 3 o'clock, WellCare is doing their virtual rollout session for 2022. This is just a virtual session. It's also going to include the Allwell brand as well, so you can jump on that. The link is in the training calendar, and that's it. Just as I always say, one foot in the classroom and the other one in the field at all times. Just make sure you understand what's going on out there so you can help your customers and clients and prospects get the right health plan that they need. All right. Okay, we do have a save the date I want to make everyone aware of. Health Plan Markets is hosting our 2022 AEP Kickoff on September 16th at 6 p.m. You will receive official invites shortly here, but just go ahead and mark your calendar for September 16th, 6 p.m. We're going to have dinner, and you guys know the routine. We're going to have some great things happening there. Wonderful venue that we're setting up right now, and we're going to have a good time. Lots and lots of providers are going to be here, doctors groups that are looking for you and want to talk to you about your AEP and what you can do to work together with them to grow both of your books of business. So fantastic event. Mark your calendar, September 16, 6 p.m. We'll be sending out the invite shortly. Also, I don't want to forget, last month we did have a top producer for August. Again, Miss Brenda Powell came in first place. Congratulations to her. Repeat. So she was #1 last month and #1 this month. We're doing our top producer dinner this Thursday. She got to pick the place. So those of you that did at least 7 Medicare Advantage enrollments and reported them, you'll be invited to dinner if you haven't already. And we really look forward to having a good time with you this Thursday evening. And congratulations to Brenda. Just another example, guys. Come on in and learn what Brenda's doing out there. And I can tell you that part of her success right now is she's really linked in with a really great doctor group that has been helping her grow her book of business. So, those of you that are invited, come on out, pick her brain. She's happy to share her secrets, but there's really no secret there. It's just hard work, okay? So congrats to you, Brenda. Really proud of you to do that 2 times in a row. All right, and moving on to ACA. So as you know, today is August 16, which means that the end of ACA, the special election period that the President has extended to the American Rescue Act, has now ended as of midnight last night. So ACA is now wrapped up officially. We're going to get ready for November 1st. So if you're just now getting into ACA, we've got to wait until the The marketplace training comes out for 2022. So still waiting for that to be rolled out. The 2021 training has closed, so that's no longer available as of right now. So we've got to wait until that rolls out later this month or early next month. But then starting to talk about what you're going to be doing for the next year for ACA. This is really important to start thinking about that. But the number one lead source comes from referrals. And where do you start with referrals is your book of business. If you don't have a book of business, call your friends and family. That's a really great place to start for ACA. You know, I can't tell you, like, over the weekend, I've had several of my family that came to me last minute and says, hey, I need health insurance, and I was able to take care of them. So it's just a matter of getting the word out to those folks that kind of overthink, you know. Did you talk to your family? Did you talk to your friends? Did you make a Facebook post and let them know, you know? So it's too late now, but we've got to get ready for November, so maybe start thinking about what you should be doing in the timelines that gets going on. So make sure that you're ready and prepped for ACA, because it is very lucrative this year moving into 22, I can tell you that, and we've got more players than ever before, so the benefits are going to be there and ready to go. All right. Certifications, just as a reminder, most all of the carrier certifications are out for Medicare, so please make sure that you take time. Each one averages about 2 to 3 hours per certification, so you're going to have to really hunker down and get those things done. One by one, that's all it takes, one by one. And as you get them done, please remember to send your certification over to Jessica. You don't need to copy me, just send it over to Jessica and she'll take care of it and put it in your folder in case anything should happen. We'll make sure to take care of that for you. All right. Now, we're going into hurricane season, okay? We just dodged one. We got another one on the way. Looks like it's going to be a busy season for us. One thing I will say is that there are several SEPs that have rolled out already this season just from the storms previously. There's a lot of things going around across the states that you do business in. Please make sure that you're checking the SEP lists. These are being emailed to you from each of the carriers. And as a reminder, not every SEP is accepted by every single plan. So for instance, if Devoted accepts the SEP in Hillsborough County for Tropical Storm Elsa, that does not mean that United Healthcare accepts that same SEP. So you have to check with the carriers to make sure that they're going to accept the SEPs that are available unless you get an email from that carrier. And they are sending these emails out, so please read your emails to ensure that you're getting the right SEPs. Why am I telling you this? Because virtually you can write business year-round. You really don't need to look for an SEP these days because you've got all these things happening across the state. Just know where you're doing business, and if you doubt at all, please call the carrier. Broker support should be able to let you know, or a local manager, on what SEPs are available in the county that you're looking to help your client if you get stuck, and just narrow down the plan, of course, and make sure that you know what plan that they're going to be in. But as a reminder, just because WellCare accepts one SEP doesn't mean Bright Health is going to accept the same SEP. So you got to check with the carrier, check with the manager in that area if you're looking to enroll them. Just as a reminder, because your application could get denied if you put in the SEP and you're assuming that they're going to accept it. Okay, so that's that. And then the last thing, really, before I start talking about marketing and getting ready here, is also another reminder we talked about earlier in the year, agent of record changes. Okay, so what is an agent of record change? Okay, let's say you bump into somebody at your church or at the supermarket, or it's a referral, or maybe you're in an appointment and it's the spouse, and they're already enrolled in a plan. In this case, we're going to talk about WellCare. Let's say they're already enrolled in WellCare, and you ask them, you say, hey, do you have an agent with your WellCare plan? And if the answer is no, I got enrolled over the phone, or I sent my application in, or I did it online, or I called Medicare, then they don't have an agent, right? Or even the worst case scenario is they had an agent, but the agent is unresponsive. They're not calling their member. They don't have a relationship with that client. They enrolled them, 5 years ago, and they never saw them again, never heard from them again. And that happens a lot too. So in those situations, you can become the agent of record for that member. Now I'm going to talk about WellCare because this seems to be, there's a lot of them out there right now. So if you bump into a WellCare member and they do not have an agent, then you could become agent of record. So all you need to do is create a letter, and the letter has to say very simply, to whom it may concern, it's my wish to have Justin Jacobs, agent ID, to become my agent of record as soon as possible. And then they would sign their name, their member ID number, their date, and then their signature, of course. And then you would take that copy and you would upload it to as a service ticket inside your WellCare portal. Okay, so you have to go to your WellCare portal, log in, and create a service ticket there. I'm going to see if I can get in there real quick with and show you guys. I have it on my screen here. So I usually go into that portal for another reason, but it should be in the same place. So you're going to go to your Agent Connect. You're going to sign in. And then right in the front here, you should see Create a Support Ticket. And you just click that link. And one of the drop-downs is Commission Agent of Record Change. So you just click that Agent of Record Change, and you click OK. There's no place to upload the file here. So you're going to put the member's name and the member's ID number and let them know that you're going to make a change. And then they'll respond back and they're going to ask you to upload that document. Okay? So just make sure that you have that ready to go. But very simple. I showed you right here. It just takes a few seconds to do that. If you have any trouble, please make sure that you talk to one of the WellCare managers and they'll be able to help you with that. But there are a lot of those folks around there, and there are other companies that do agent of record changes. And so on the next call, I'll make a list of those carriers that do allow an agent of record change in case you bump into somebody that says, hey, I'm happy with WellCare, but I do need an agent. Now, on the flip side of this, there's a reason why you want to stay tight with your members. Okay? And this is going to segue into my next part. If you do not have a relationship with your clients, if you do not contact them, if you do not send them things in the mail, if you do not call them, if you do not text message them, if you do not email them, if you do not go and see them often, then they're going to forget about you. And it is not your client's job to remember you. It is not their job to remember you. It is your job to remind them that you're there for them and you're there to help them with their health insurance. So remind them, okay? Because if you don't, this is what's going to happen to you. Your client is going to bump into another agent that says, well, I haven't seen my agent in 5 years. They don't call me, they don't text me, they don't email me, they don't send me anything in the mail. So yeah, I'll be glad to become your client. And the very next month, if there's a residual trail, you will get paid that residual every month for that new member. Okay, it's not a new enrollment. You'll get a residual payment on your commissions for that member on the next following month. So that helps you build your book of business. But from there on, you're responsible for that person. You're responsible to have that relationship and work with them and help them with their health insurance. Okay. So we're getting ready for open enrollment. On that note, are you ready? And the first thing that you need to be ready for is to ensure that your client list is ready to go for marketing. Okay? And what does it mean to be ready to go? The easiest thing that you need to do is make sure that you have all of your clients in a spreadsheet. Okay? So, name, address, phone number, email, at minimum. Okay? And then what plan they're on, all that stuff. Now, if you've been reporting your sales, we already have the spreadsheet ready for you. If you've been reporting your sales, they're already in the CRM ready to go. If you've been reporting your sales, you don't have any work to do right now. You're done. Okay? Because all we have to do is go into the system and pull that report and send out the letters for you, and send out the postcards for you, and send out the text messages for you, and the emails for you. All that's done. if you've been reporting your sales. If you haven't been reporting your sales, good luck. Because starting now, you need to start getting your list in gear. And if you've been doing paper applications, you're going to have to go ahead and start plugging them into a spreadsheet. Kudos to you if you already have it in a spreadsheet. Kudos to you if you've already been reporting. If you've already been reporting, it's already done. Okay? If you haven't been, you have a lot of work to do. You have a lot of work to do right now. And the best thing that you can do for yourself right now this week is to get your list ready for marketing. Is it ready to call? Because we could set up a dialing campaign so the girls at the office can set up appointments for you. Is that ready? Is it ready for text messaging? Can we text message your members and let them know, hey, it's open enrollment. It's Justin. I'm here to help you with your health insurance. Okay, do you have that ready? Do you have your email ready? Okay? These are all things that you have to get ready right now. Okay? Justin, what if I don't have a decent-sized book of business? What if I don't have a book of business? Well, do you have a list of leads, prospects? Do you have a list of people that you talk to throughout the year? It's been a whole year since we talked about this last year. Did you talk to anybody? And if you did, you should have a list of those people. You know? What I always used to say is, hey, I can't help you right now, but glad to talk to you in the fall. Can I give you a call then? The answer is yes, most of the time. And then you just jump on the phone and say, hey, look, we're getting close to open enrollment. Let's set up an appointment. Because 2022 benefits have rolled out. Things have changed. Your health has changed. The doctors have changed. Medications have changed. It's time to do a review. Okay? So please make sure that you have your marketing list ready to go. If you call us on October 15th and ask for your help, it's too late. Okay? It's August 16th. You have a month and a half to get this done. Mark your calendar, put it down, sit down, get your list ready. Those of you that have already reported your sales, again, just get with Jonathan, review that list, make sure you're not missing anybody. Okay, best way to do that is check your commission statements, so you can go through your commission statements and check to see who you've lost or who you've gained. That's not on your list. If you failed to report one or two, hey, it happens, we're human. Get that report done and so you can get a spreadsheet and ready to go. Okay? But you're only going to have a good AEP if you have a good list. Okay? Just remember something, guys. The number one lead source for AEP, believe it or not, is client referrals. But you've got to take care of your clients to get the referrals, okay? So please make sure that you got your list ready and you're good to go for your marketing. All right, on that note, it's 9:25. I finished a little early. That's all I have for today. So as always, I'm going to go ahead and open it up for questions this morning. So if you have any questions now.
She said voice, el voice, se llamaba el tipo.
Pero el restaurante mencionaba algo del equipo.
All right, any questions this morning? Okay, my friends, that's all I've got. I appreciate it very much for you being on the call this morning. As always, if you have any questions, help you. We hope you have a fantastic week. Go learn and go help people.